Boss Baby is this story about this young boy who suddenly has a young brother enter the fray. And then he finds out that this brother isn't quite all he seems. He is a very intelligent baby who can actually speak, and he's here on Earth to complete a mission. Obviously they kind of hate each other, they're at odds with each other, but they realise they have to help each other on this mission in order to get each other out of their lives. But obviously over the course of that mission they will grow to love each other as brothers should and want to stay in each other's lives. From a story standpoint, there is nothing original about this film, but that can be said of so many films. The important thing is it entertaining? And for the most part, yeah, this is actually. There's quite a few gags. They come thick and fast throughout this film. Most of them do resolve around kind of fart gags and body humour, that kind of thing. But it's quite funny, to be honest. It was quite entertaining. I liked the characters. I liked the interplay between them. I like Alec Baldwin as the voice of this baby. He's very suited to that role. He has a very dry wit about him that I kind of like. If you've seen Alec Baldwin in other things, comedies in particular, then you'll know what you're getting. I think the first two acts of the film are certainly better than the last act. When these two brothers are at loggerheads at each other's throats, I think that's where the entertainment lies. And I kind of don't really see the need to always have to put a proper big main villain into these stories. With animated films you always get, the main villain, as you do with so many films, but yeah, the villain's a bit generic at the end of the day. The typical kind of sob story kind of comes across as the dude from Incredibles, the main villain in that. He was snubbed as a child and then grows up to be, I feel like I've seen it before. I like the fact that he's voiced by Steve Buscemi. I like Steve Buscemi, but I just feel like the villain's a bit rote. They kind of have to put it in there just to give these two brothers something to fight against in order for them to come together. But I feel like it could be something else. They could find some other challenge that doesn't involve some megalomaniacal villain. It doesn't ruin the film. It just feels that by the time you get to that point, by the time you get into the third act, you're going through the motions and you can kind of see what's going to happen, you know what's going to happen, and you're just waiting for it to happen. But like I say, first two acts of the film, highly entertaining. There's a couple of jokes in there that are a bit inappropriate, I think, just for my tastes, but on the whole, mostly pretty funny. So Boss Baby is an entertaining film that may not be quite appropriate for the very young ones, but certainly decent enough for a family outing. I give it a 3 out of 5. But what about you? Have you seen it? And if so, what did you think about it? Comment below, let me know, and until next time, cracking.